Hello everyone, welcome back. We're now on chapter 11 called The Miracle. Wonder what's going to happen. Charlie entered the shop and laid the damp 50p piece on the counter. One Wonka's Whipple Scrumptious Fudge Mallow Delight, he said, remembering how much he loved that one he had on his birthday. The man behind the counter looked fat and well-fed. He had big lips and fat cheeks and a very fat neck. The fat around his neck bulged out all around the top of his collar like a rubber ring. He turned and reached behind him for the chocolate bar and then turned back again and handed it to Charlie. Charlie grabbed it and quickly tore off the wrapper and took an enormous bite. Then he took another and oh, the joy of being able to cram large pieces of something sweet and solid into one's mouth. The sheer blissful joy of being able to fill one's mouth with rich, solid food. "You look like you wanted that one, Sonny," the shopkeeper said pleasantly. Charlie nodded, his mouth bulging with chocolate. The shopkeeper put Charlie's change on the counter. "Take it easy," he said. "It'll give you a tummy ache if you swallow it like that without chewing." Charlie went on wolfing the chocolate. He couldn't stop, and in less than half a minute the whole thing had disappeared down his throat. He was quite out of breath, but he felt marvellously extraordinary happy. He reached out a hand to take the change, and then he paused. His eyes were just above the level of the counter. They were staring at the silver coins lying there. The coins were all 5p pieces. There were 9 of them altogether. Surely it wouldn't matter if he spent just one more. "I think," he said quietly, "I think I'll have just one more of those chocolate bars. The same kind as before, please." "Why not?" the fat shopkeeper said, reaching behind him and taking another Whipple Scrumptious Fudge Mallow Delights from the shelf. He laid it on the counter. Charlie picked it up and took off the wrapper, and suddenly, from underneath the wrapper, there came a brilliant flash of gold. Charlie's heart stood still. "It's a golden ticket!" screamed the shopkeeper, leaping about a foot in the air. "You've got a golden ticket! You found the last golden ticket! Hey, would you believe it? Come and look at this, everyone! The kid's found the Wonka's last golden ticket! There it is! It's right here in his hands!" It seemed as though the shopkeeper might be going to have a fit. "In my shop too!" he yelled. "He found it right here in my own little shop! Somebody call the newspapers quick and let them know! Watch out now, Sonny, don't tear it as you unwrap it. That thing's precious." In a few seconds, there was a crowd of about 20 people clustering around Charlie, and many more were pushing their way in from the street. Everybody wanted to get a look at the golden ticket and at the lucky finder. "Where is it?" somebody shouted. "Hold it up so all of us can see it." "There it is, there!" someone else shouted. "He's holding it in his hands. See the gold shining? How did he manage to find that? I'd like to know." A large boy shouted angrily. 20 bars a day I've been buying for weeks and weeks." "Think of all the free stuff he'll be getting too," another boy said enviously. "A lifetime supply." "He'll need it, the skinny little shrimp," a girl said, laughing. Charlie hadn't moved. He hadn't even unwrapped the golden ticket from around the chocolate. He was standing very still, holding it tightly with both hands while the crowd pushed and shouted at him. He felt quite dizzy. There was a peculiar floating sensation coming over him, as though he were floating up in the air like a balloon. His feet didn't seem to be touching the ground at all. He could hear his heart thumping away loudly somewhere in his throat. At that point, he became aware of a hand resting lightly on his shoulder, and when he looked up, he saw a tall man standing over him. "Listen," the man whispered. "I'll buy it from you. I'll give you £50. How about it? And I'll give you a bicycle too. Is that all right?" "Are you crazy?" shouted a woman who was standing equally close. "Why, I'd give him £200 for that ticket. You want to sell that ticket for £200, young man?" "That's quite enough of that," the fat shopkeeper shouted, pushing his way through the crowd and taking Charlie firmly by the arm. "Leave the kid alone, will you? Make way there. Let him out." And to Charlie, as he led him to the door, he whispered, "Don't let anybody have it. Take it straight home, quickly before you lose it. Run all the way, and don't stop till you get there. You understand?" Charlie nodded. "You know something," the fat shopkeeper said, pausing for a moment and smiling at Charlie. "I have a feeling you needed a break like this. I'm awfully glad you got it. Good luck to you, sonny." "Thank you," Charlie said, and off he went, running through the snow as fast as his legs would go. And as he flew past Mr. Willy Wonka's factory, he turned and waved at it and sang out, "I'll be seeing you! I'll be seeing you soon!" And 5 minutes later, he arrived at his home. And that's the end of the chapter. So who's ready for a little quiz? All right, let me just find the questions. Question 1. What advice does the shopkeeper give him? So this is right at the beginning when he's eating that first chocolate bar and he's eating it far too quickly. What does he say? Was it A, not to eat it too quickly because he'll get a tummy ache, to eat it up quickly, to chew the chocolate and not just swallow it, or to eat more slowly? What advice did the shopkeeper give Charlie at the beginning of the chapter? He told him not to eat it too quickly because it'll give him a tummy ache. So that was A. So this next question, you have to work it out. So I am going to read it out to you. What was Charlie's change? So, the coins were all 5-pence pieces. There were 9 of them altogether. So, was it 40 pence, 45 pence, 42 pence, or 35 pence? How much change did Charlie get? There were all 5-pence pieces, and there were 9 of them all together. So let's do our 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So he should have had 45-pence change. So if he had a 50-pence piece and he got 45p change, how much was the chocolate bar? Was it 10 pence, 5 pence, 8 pence, or 15 pence? Some good maths working out here. So if it was 45 pence change and he had 50p, how much was the chocolate bar? So just start at 45, count in 5 so you get to 50. Or you can count in ones. Of course it was 5 pence because we count 45, 50. If you count in ones, you put 45 in your head. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. But I know you can all count in 5, so don't let me down. Alright, Charlie's found the golden ticket. So how many people crowded round Charlie when he found it? Was it 30 people, about 15 people, about 25 people, or about 20 people? So how many people surrounded Charlie when he found that ticket, the last golden ticket? Was it about 30, about 15, about 25, or about 20? It was about 20 people. Okay, the next one, there are a couple of answers. And the question is, what had Charlie done after seeing the ticket? So what did he do? And once he'd found it and the shopkeepers announced everybody to come in, what did he do? Did he rip the rest of the paper off the chocolate bar? Did he begin to feel dizzy? He didn't move. He tried to leave the shop to go home. So there are 2 answers for this. Ripped off the rest of the paper off the chocolate bar. He began to feel dizzy. He hadn't moved, or he tried to leave the shop to go home. Which 2 answers? They were B and C. He began to feel dizzy and he couldn't move. He hadn't moved because he was just in utter shock and disbelief that he'd found this golden ticket. Okay, what does the tall man with the hand on Charlie's shoulder want to do? He wants to see the ticket. He wants to buy the ticket from Charlie. He wants to say well done to Charlie, or he wants to take the ticket off him. What does the tall man with the hand on Charlie's shoulder want to do? See the ticket, buy the ticket, say well done, or take the ticket? What does he want to do? He wants to buy the ticket, so that was B, well done. Can anybody remember how much he wanted to buy the ticket for? Yeah, he wanted to buy it for £50, which for somebody that is very, very poor is a lot of money. But the woman says something else. What does she say when she hears that this man is offering only £50? She said that she would give Charlie £300. She'll give him £400. She'll give him £100, or she'll give him £200. How much does she offer Charlie for that golden ticket? Was it £300, £400, £100, or £200? It was £200. Well done. Okay, now for this one, there's only one thing that the shopkeeper doesn't say. So it's probably easier to find the one that isn't in the answer. So which one doesn't he say? Does he not say, take the ticket straight home? Does he tell him not to run all the way home? Does he tell him to put the ticket in his pocket? Or not let anyone have it? So the question actually says, what does the shopkeeper say? So there are three things that the shopkeeper says in these. So there's only one that he doesn't say. Does he say, take the ticket straight home, run all the way home, put the ticket in his pocket, not let anyone have it? Okay, so the three things the shopkeeper says: take this ticket straight home, run all the way there and don't stop, and not let anyone have it, because it is a very, very precious ticket. And the last question for today, number 9. What does he do this time as he goes past Mr. Wonka's factory? What does he say? He says, I'll be back to see you soon. Does he say, I'll be visiting you soon? Or does he say, I'll be seeing you soon? Which one does Charlie say when he passes Mr. Wonka's factory? I'll be back to see you soon. I'll be visiting you soon. I'll be seeing you soon. He says, I'll be seeing you soon, because he's got that last golden ticket. So I'll see you soon. I'll be seeing you soon, just like Charlie, and I'll see you after the weekend. Have a lovely time. Enjoy. Make sure you rest. Make sure you're not causing too much trouble at home, and not too much whining. I know what you're all like. Alright, see you soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.